Hello! Hello everybody! How are you all doing today? Patch 1.2 is in beta. I'm playing with... I have done a bit of pre-stream experimentationing. Did I get Logitech from Giants? No. It's a pretty big update, yeah! There's a lot being done in 1.2. What is the hired worker doing? A lot being done in 1.2. Now, I did do a small bit of experimentationing over at the yard here. No, it shows 113. It's a new URL they're using, Rupert. So I'm gonna just put the combine away first, and then I'll show you guys what my little experiment has been. What is in 1.2? I will show you one of the things in a brief moment. One of the things is a smoothing brush. There's a smoothing brush. I can smooth. I can smooth the ground. Look at the smoothing. I don't know how to make the brush stronger or weaker yet. But if I zoom in, smooth, 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 smooth. Yes, now you can take away the some of the nasty rough edges in maps that maybe you're not the biggest fan of. How big can you make this thing? 20. Smooth. 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 Does terraforming cost money? No. It's basically the GE brushes but simplified. Also, what the hell happened overnight that I've lost 5? Ah, dang it! Just when I thought I was over the 9370 bump. These fields need fertilizer, but I can't do it because I got the bloody tractor that can... Ooh, helpers completed their task. I am gonna get the John Deere to do all the ploughing because the armor truck isn't very happy on the plough. Similar GE but simplified. Yes, pretty much. Make a mount. No, why? Why would I do that when I can smooth, smooth, smooth? In all seriousness, the smoothing brush is the most useful of the lot, because like issues like up here, and this is gonna be my first time actually practically using it. So if I go up here, I don't know if it's gonna. Oh, it deletes fields. That's maybe not ideal, but you can start smoothing out the bits that were causing trouble. Although it does seemingly delete fields, which is less than ideal. I'll need to get the plow on that later. What happened to the 6230R? I replaced it with a 6M because I needed something that could take the care wheels. In the meantime, what we can do is pay back a bit more loan and take a contract, I guess. We'll take one that we can use the Fent on, why not? Sound a bit weird and I say smooth. Yes, that's kind of the joke. Thus we're taking the time on the bug fix. This is the bug fix, Joker. Patch 1.2 is the bug fix patch. On consoles, the thing about consoles is you can't really bring out beta patches, so they're using PC as a beta. What am I planting here? Oats. So I'm just gonna get like 2,000 liters of seeds in this. 2,000 and a bit, I guess. How am I? I'm good. What's the control for this? Close the cover. I mean, that works. What field are we doing? Field 6, which is quite a distance away. We'll get there eventually. It's a smooth update, exactly. Did I cheat the Fent in? No, this is a contract tractor, so I could cheat money in, I really could, but I don't want to. I think all I've cheated in is $5 to prove that I could.
Hello, Dave.
€5. Fazy Look, thank you very much for subscribing. Welcome to the RainbowDave Madhouse. Hope you enjoy your stay. I've only cheated in like €5 to prove that I could cheat money in if I wanted to. Welcome for PS4 and Xbox. Joker, we were actually talking about this on TeamSpeak last night, me and the guys. Among other things, which I might get to later. Those of you on Discord already know what I want to whine about. Saf Sergal as well, and Skullbits! Thank you very much for subscribing. Welcome to the RainbowDave Madhouse YouTube. Hope you enjoy your stay. Skullblitz, I always misread your name. Yes, I have, Traff, for a couple of weeks now. But what we think is going to happen is patch 1.2 is going to be in beta for a week or less. It still uses that. We do because we can privatize it, Saf. There's a gang of us that come onto a private TeamSpeak every night and chat about all things Farm Sim, and conveniently and coincidentally, we're all Farm Sim. Like, almost all of us got Farm Sim as a media partner early. Or were invited to Germany. We're all kind of this weird little group that, like, we all talk. Giants didn't know this until VF and Sim went over to Germany and said, oh yeah, RainbowDave helped us get our channel started. They were like, what? He's coming over at the end of this week. But it's a private TeamSpeak, so that's why we use TeamSpeak. Sims just put a video up on the terraforming. Very nice. You know what's bad when you sow a bit too big fields thinking it's soybeans and ends up. Well, I mean you've got free fertilizer now on those fields. Like that's one layer of fertilizer, one level of fert. So you won't have to spend as much on solid fertilizer or liquid fertilizer. That's the way I'd look at it. It's stupid, but it works. We were talking about the patch, and I figured to be out today in some form. Sim reckoned beta, Landy reckoned beta. We were all right. Does it feel instantly better to play, or is it mainly bug fixes? It's mainly bug fixes. It does have the terraforming tool in, so you can rectify the derps that the placeable system causes now, which is nice. You having crashing problems and needs an update? Be patient, Joker, be patient. Giants are a small company, they've only got like 60 people total, and they've been working pretty hard for the last, what, 2 weeks on getting this patch done. How's the beta going? I literally opened the game about 5 minutes before the stream, so I haven't had time to really get to grips with the beta yet. It does seem to be better. There do seem to be improvements. My frame rate's what it was yesterday, so no optimizational improvements, which is fine. Landscaping is good. I quite like landscaping. I don't know how it's going to work in MP. That's why I'm in single player today. Plus, I don't know if 1.2 is compatible with older saves that be on servers, so I might not be able to do multiplayer for a few days. Or I might have to, like, go up and down between the versions, which would be really annoying. One thing you're wanting is the Terraform tool so you can smooth your farm out a bit and expand it a little on the server once. Yes, smooth. Glad they're working hard to polish the game. We found a few bugs so fat that it put me off a bit. Can't do MP. Okay, so how can I resolve that issue? I know how I can resolve that issue. I technically have to oh no, that might work. I technically have 2 installs of the game, but I don't know whether Steam updates both. Hey, Farmer Campion. This cedar's quite nice. This is the big Vaderstad, isn't it? What on earth is this? Hatzenbichler. Oh, this is a Hatzenbichler. Okay. I do like the Fendt 1100 MT. You love this tractor? I do as well. When is the new patch out? It's out in beta today. Released about an hour or so ago. And it was actually closer to 3 hours ago now that I think about it. As for when it's going to release publicly, fully, your guess is as good as mine. Do I still play FS17? I've had it uninstalled since about 2 weeks before FS19 came out. I'll be honest, like, when FS19 was announced, I knew that was the end of me playing FS17. Or I knew that I'd finish a couple of weeks beforehand, because I obviously had the few days in Germany before launch that was weird and awesome at the same time. Next week it'll be the patch. Yeah, that'll be a good guess, I think. Like, I think they're releasing the beta over the weekend intentionally so that any problems will be there on Monday. You know, any bug reports, they can all collate Monday and fix on Monday and maybe release the patch Tuesday. VMP, letting confirm the Giants Discord that he hosts do not have the beta patch, but if you host your own game, okay, so I'll have to upgrade and downgrade at random. Yeah, will be a bit longer for console. PC are beta testing effectively for console right now. That's kind of the way that I look at it, is like PC get the game a bit cheaper, but they work as the beta monkeys. How to use the beta. If you need instructions on how to use the beta Danish, I'm gonna be honest, you're probably best off not using it. Either download it from the Steam beta section or download it from the website. But Bear in mind, it is a beta. Things can go wrong. There may be game-breaking issues. And it may break save games. Bear that in mind. It might break saves. How do you put it on? I installed it through Steam Danish. I have no idea. What's new in the beta? What's new in the beta is this brush here. I found the leveling tool. That's... Okay, memo to self, do not use that tool. This is the, oh hang on, this would be super useful for, terrain cannot be modified here. Can be modified here. Super useful for making your yards level ahead of putting something down, so if you're frustrated by placeables making wonky things, you can just level the yard and then go around with your smoothing brush. Yeah, 1.2's already been primarily tested. This beta is just to make sure that it doesn't cause issues on PC, basically. Why is this just cultivating? I've hired a worker by mistake. That's... Oh, because the worker's buying fertilizer too, isn't he? I bet if I look at field 6 here... Yeah, the worker's buying fertilizer as well. Because that's technically seeded. Despite the fact that it just looks cultivated, it is seeded. What does that mean, break save games? You might have to start new saves or back up your existing saves. Shouldn't be too much of an issue on console, but they might issue a warning that it might break your save game. Did I have to change your beta thing? Yes. Did I watch the Game Awards? No. Yeah, Black, that's definitely an issue. I've discovered... That was horrendous. Hey, Woodshed. That was horrendous noise. No, it helps, Dave, if you put the seeder down when you're trying to seed. There you go. You see, look, that's so much more effective at seeding. I've seen YouTube Rewind, yes! And I released the swarm of accounts I have to dislike it because they put Baby Shark in. I mean, Black, if you're playing on one of the higher difficulty modes, you basically need a plow. Because there's force plowing is still a thing, it's just not as regular as it used to be. How do you get the beta? Oh, good lord, I'm not going to be tech support telling everybody how to get the beta. If you don't know how to get the beta, don't use the beta. Wait until the patch is out. And the worst thing is, the rewind isn't the thing that annoyed me the most yesterday. What our team said on Facebook was. Because what little respect I had for them vanished. Or go to Giants Farms in Discord, yes. Can I show you the paint tool? Sure. Let's go into landscaping here and click painting. I don't know how it works on consoles. And I think it's a case of, like... Oh! Okay, how do you change ground? Ah! So if I wanted this to be grass, say, you can paint down grass, or if I wanted it to be kind of this, it could be this. Hey, I'm farmer. Not enough money to make this. Oh god, it costs money! Hey, I'm farmer, thank you very much for the $5 super chat saying hi all. Also, I heard a bloody worker again by mistake. Hey, Sylvan! Yeah, the players are dumb comment. If you follow Arm Team on Facebook, have a look at their whole thingy that they did. And you'll see me and Landy going off on one of them. For basically saying, players are dumb and know nothing about modding. Two players didn't like that. Two players really didn't like that. Myself and Landy just ripped on them. They deserved it. Because respect for modding is a two-way street. If modders show no respect, they get none. Especially if they're modders who just basically make FS11 mods in FS17 and 19. Oh, was that ear-breaking singing attempt? That was me singing in the shower, I'll have you know. I found that on a website and thought it was funny, so it's now one of my notifications. It will be able to be done on console, Farmer Campion. Not right now, though. They're still beta testing on PC. No, there's no beta on consoles. PC only. Where's my phone gone? Oh. You went to rip up? Yeah. I mean, there's times where you just have to not say anything because what you would say is worse than what you actually mean. Totally professional YouTuber checking out his phone. But going back to Arm Team, because I want to rip. I want to rip and I want to talk about this a bit. That menu pops up for you in the top left corner. Any idea what? I don't know why. But like, here's the thing about what Arm Team said. Okay, respect for modders is a thing and it's something that I encourage. But respect for modders goes two ways. Because if a modder's not showing the community respect, if a modder's not showing players and people who might use their mods respect, why do they deserve any in return? You know, if you're gonna disrespect people who might use your mods in the way that Arm Team did, they don't deserve respect. They don't deserve to be held up as a standard. They deserve to be held as any YouTuber is. Like if I was to say something like what Arm Team said to you guys, you guys have ripped me apart. I know it. Because, like, there's respect for YouTubers, but there's also, you know, YouTubers have to show respect back. And modders, some modders, don't seem to get that respect is a two-way street and that they need to show the community respect if they are to expect it themselves. So, what did Arm Team do? You haven't really been following. Wolf, somebody asked them about mods for FS19. Somebody asked them why are they converting their old mods, because they basically just bring forward FS13 mods with FS13 textures and call it good. And they went off on a bit of a rant saying the players know nothing about modding and that it shows that the person who asked is just a player. Now, I've spoken to the person who asked actually since that all happened. And as it turns out, the player that asked knows a thing or two about modding. They've done some tinkering in their time. They know what ARM Team do and how they do it. So for ARM Team to say that there's some sort of secret behind modding, they have taken down the post. Well, isn't it a good thing that I've got a screenshot that I'll be putting on my Facebook page immediately after this stream and tagging them? Because that deserves to be public. They're cowards, and they're gonna learn from that mistake. What's the beta include? It's, Rob, I 100% agree. If there's a mod in, could you allow Rob's message through? What's the new beta include? It's mainly bug fixes, but it also has the terraforming tool in. Thank you, whoever did that. So that... Okay, that's made my mind about something. I just need to send a message on Facebook real quick. Yeah, that's... I actually recorded a bit of a rant. I'm going to re-record bits of it later on. And, yeah, I wasn't sure if I wanted to put that up, and now that they've deleted the post out of sheer cowardice... ARM Team stuff look terrible in 19. Yeah, absolutely. They've got FS11 textures on it. It's not going to look good. Dave's getting feisty. This is what happens when somebody attacks the community. I don't care who it is. Don't care if it's a modder or who. If you attack the community, you're attacking me. It's probably not worth my time. Oh no, it very much is. It's worth my time to educate. I won't be fighting in farms in Discord. I'll do all my fighting in public. On YouTube, on Facebook, wherever. Wherever they want to bring the fight and wherever I want to bring it. Won't be farms in Discord though. What's happened? Oh, ARM Team decided to try attacking the community, and that was a horrific mistake. We don't need everyone to go against them. I've been a big proponent of the farm sim community coming together. Like I don't care about myself to a certain extent in this channel. You know, I've had a face off with CD models in the past, and you guys know that. And you know there was drama there in the past, but oh no, apparently the post has not been nuked. I'm gonna actually pause the game here and just double check, so I'm gonna just bring everything to a halt. Because I really shouldn't be doing this during the stream, but I'm curious. Refresh. Let's see what has been nuked out of this. No, it's still there. It's still all there. Did they bother replying? Nope. They've not touched it. Sounds like ARM team don't deserve to be modding for this community. I would agree. Giants have been made aware of what was done, what was said. No, don't attack them. Don't swarm on them. I'll do this myself, guys. I'm not gonna send you guys in as an army to do something for me when I can do it just as well myself. Did they defend their comment? No. They've not said a thing. Yeah, don't go attacking ARM team, guys. I know that I've got you guys to back me up if ever I do need it. But, no, stop hiring workers! This is a battle I can win by myself. Or myself and Landy can win at least. Yeah, no, it's still there. Stop hiring workers! Not sure Giants will do anything. Probably not, but it's kind of an FYI that this is how some modders are behaving after the reward system is brought in. Yeah, no, it was a comment in a post. What did it say? It's still there if you want to go read it. It's on their mod voting thing. Because they insist on only ever doing converts. But oh no, they got 4 or 5 mods ready to go. Where was the post? ARM Team's Facebook page, CD. Apparently, players know nothing about modding. Which is totally why you and I have had words in the past and had a big argument in the past about modding. And why I'm able to help modders out when they sometimes get a bit stuck. Help people learn to mod. Facebook, yeah, it's in the view more. It's still all there. All of their idiocy plain for the world to see. It's not an open invite for you guys to go attack them. I'm not going to encourage that. But just bear it in mind when their mods start releasing. That's what they think of the players. Yeah, that's all I'm going to ask you guys to do is just don't download their crap. Saf, you can't post links in the chat, unfortunately. So all I'll ask you guys to do is just don't download their crap, because if they think that little of you, why should you think anything of them? I'll download it all once. Make a video talking about, oh, you gotta go, CSGO. I'll make a video every time talking about how their mods are not up to standard, not up to scratch, completely out of date, and very lazily converted. But I'm just a player, so who knows nothing, so why should anybody listen to me? You've got what they typed, copied down to Notepad. You can post that in, for sure. And I know that I've got a habit of going off on rants, but this is one that I feel is necessary. When's the update coming out? I don't know English Equestrian. Soon, TM. Hopefully, we're thinking next week. We're thinking it'll come out next week. But that is not an official timeline. That is all speculation and complete and utter guesswork. Yeah, that's really the line that kills them in a way. Like, textures look at a place at 19. That means you're just 100% a player and you know nothing about how it works. I mean, come on, ARM team. You've been around long enough to know the community's toxic as hell and will turn on you a second. And I will sometimes embrace that toxicity. Good work on the videos. Thank you. I did read the comments of today's video and I will take the comments on board. Because I was told that number one, I need to put, or I should put music behind the time lapses, and I will, and I'm actually going to reduce the number of time lapses and increase the number of jump cuts, which is a bit of a change to the format entirely, but I don't mind doing that. Cannot find my post. I didn't post anything other than on ARM Team's Facebook page. And if my post is gone, then ARM Team are going to have hell to pay. Hey, David. Ginger, yes. Are you toxic? Everybody's capable of being toxic. It's just that you guys that watch me tend not to be. 90% of the time you guys tend not to be, or I encourage the toxicity in a positive manner. Still there, both mine and Landy's. Good. We both decided that it needed to be spoken about. Oh, Fahy, please send it to Pedro. Please send it to Pedro. Fahy, please. Fahy, send it to Pedro. Send it to Pedro. let hell rain on earth. It means Sim shouldn't release the motorhome. Landy shouldn't test mods for Oxygen David. I shouldn't test mods for anybody, or have an opinion on mods, or the game. Is there something you missed with this Pedro person? Pedro doesn't hold back. Pedro has opinions, and he doesn't hold back. Yeah. I think that's the nicest, most PG way of talking about Pedro. The cheap money box in FS19. Why does everybody want? Does Pedro have a YouTube channel? Oh, good God, no! And I'm really glad he doesn't, because he would alienate everybody within a day. You have to talk to Pedro in a certain way. Yeah, Daggerman's just a player. But you see, the mistake ARM Team made is they have annoyed me. And I hold grudges, and so does Landy. Pedro's... Oh my God, you sent it to Pedro! Hell on earth shall rain for ARM Team. Would Giants have to start making a lot more mods if we lose the bad modders? No, because the good mods are so much better than the bad mods that you wouldn't really notice the difference. To be quite honest. It's when good modders start falling down that sometimes you kind of say, well, the guy was a bit of a douchebag or something, and you don't mind. But there's some that you kind of think, oh, it's a bit of a shame. But, you know, people move on from games. We need someone like Pedro to have a YouTube channel. Oh, good God, no. Pedro's been banned from so many Facebook... I think he's banned from the Formula 1 Facebook page. and I think 4 different Farm Sim community pages. He's like sandpaper at times. He's not a very nice person, but he's great. Saf, if you do, don't send him a PM. Or tag him, ever. So, Pedro would be the 2 AM news where they just don't care and say what they want. How am I doing with this I should be done with this contract, 99%. Finished! And I hired a worker right at the very end as well. Just collect that. And 6155, away we go! I stick up for the community. I embrace toxicity when it's necessary. Sticking up for the community isn't really being toxic though in my eyes. Sticking up for the community is just being a good YouTuber in my eyes. Not toxic in any way, shape, or form. Because like my job is, as a YouTuber, is to build a community and to encourage that community to be positive. If that means I gotta rip on people who decide to criticize that community, then sure. Pedro's only a player. I'd like to see them try that one with Pedro. Oh yeah, I need to fix the field now. Come back to me, plow! If you're enjoying the stream, do hit that like button. We've got about 84 people in. We've only got 25 likes, so come on guys, let's get a like spike going. And if you're really enjoying, you want to see more from me, and probably more of me ripping on Arm Team for a little while, do hit that subscribe button too. Pedro knows what he's doing. He's hilariously lazy at times. Although, when it comes to Arm Team, he jumps at the chance, because he just loves completely redoing their mods so that they're actually up to standards. Which makes the whole situation funnier. Every time Arm Team release a mod, Pedro edits it so that it actually fits into the game. Do I want to plow these? No, I'm gonna wait until I got a bigger plow. Look at this for perfection. Probably quit after Pedro talks to them. I hope so. Hey, Millennium. Don't say that on many mod teams that I hope they quit, but yeah. The game wouldn't really lose much. It'd lose the Merlot that they've been keeping on life support for the last 5 years. Wouldn't look good anyway. Yeah, Pedro makes an exception to actually do work on Arm Team mods because he hates them so much. Or he likes the mods, he just hates how they're done. Do I use mods? Yes, JK. Not many at the moment. I'm being a bit more picky than I used to be. For FS19, I'm only going to be using mods from Giants Mod Hub as well as select mods from FS UK because they've actually been tested before release. And guaranteed tested. Every other mod site, there's no testing system in place, so they can be a bit hit and... I say a bit hit and miss. They can be very hit and miss with the quality of the mods. I prefer not to play mod bingo. None are by ARM. I am not surprised. Everybody I know who uses the Merlot, or used it in FS17, had an edit of the Merlot. Because the ARM team one was so bad. See, look at that, field fixed. Perfection. You wouldn't even notice that I fiddled the terrain, other than the fact there's no grass there. Do I prefer Ravenport or Felsbrunn? I'm actually kind of 50-50 at the map. Well, it's 33, 33, 33. Because I like all three that are out right now for FS19. All three of the official maps. Like, Ravenport and Felsbrunn are really good base game maps, and while Estancia Lapacho isn't, you know, as good as them, it's actually a really good map in its own right. You know, it's different, and I like different. I never unfolded the plow, seemingly. The landscaping tools, what they're doing is, like, Farm Sim is never going to be the same again. Do I do mods? I don't make mods, no. They take so much time that it's... like, I don't have the time to run a YouTube channel and make mods. It'd have to be one or the other. How am I today? I am good. I am good, but I'm in an angry mood with ARM Team. They deserve it. It's Mod Hoster, or whatever they call it now. It's Mod Hoster and ModHub. The one that I would say definitely don't use is modhub.us. They just straight up steal mods from people, and that's not acceptable. Mod Hoster is okay for scripts. What have ARM done? Alexander, look in the announcements room in the Discord. I think you're in there. By the way, if you're not in my Discord, you should totally join. There's usually a lot of fun, and you get to hear me complain about behind the scenes stuff a lot. But if you look at the announcements room in the Discord, you'll see a screenshot of exactly what was done by ARM Team. What was said, and how I replied immediately. Or 5 days later, because it was only brought to my attention last night. Good morning, Nat. How are you doing today? Well, yeah, that's what they did. They called players idiots. Called you guys idiots. What's my opinion of forbidden mods? I don't go there, Loke. I know some of the mods they have are fine, but they do have a habit of just releasing edits that don't have permission, which is not the greatest thing in my book. Honestly, I'm just going to use FSUK and the mod hub from here on out, because I'm kind of sick of playing mod bingo where you download a mod and you don't really know what it is. You don't know if it's any good or not, whereas with FSUK and Giants mod hub, you at least know it's going to work. I've downloaded stuff from Mod Hoster before that's conflicted with itself. Where it's had two controls for the same thing, and that's just like, no. No, that's... it's not a good look for a mod. Hey, Martins. Do ARM Team not play the game themselves? They do, but apparently they've got no standards. Because they say they play with their own mods all the time, which would make them one of the very few people to actually play with the ARM Team mods on a regular basis. I'm with you there, Seth. I'm only a player. I'm an idiot. I've only got a BSc in Biomedical Sciences. But I'm an idiot. Are you gonna bring the car back, the road rage car? That's up to modders, Joker. Remember the Lego Trucker? I want Matt to remake that. That class Lexian isn't any good. There's As far as I'm aware, no Lexion released. Might be on one of the sites that I'm not using for mods for 19. But as far as I'm aware, there's none on the Mod Hub, none in FSUK. I do as well, Ginger. I'm not afraid to stare them down and win. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I pick my battles. I pick battles I can win. And if I can't win them, I at least make a damn good point as I'm going down in flames. Big Bud got an update because of the problem Landy found. Basically. I don't mind making a point. I don't mind making myself a target if it means that people are made aware of idiocy. Stupidity by modders who are a bit too arrogant and deluded and just out of touch with reality to actually keep up to date. Big butt horns. People are saying it sounds like an old, like Robin Reliant or something. Do I vape? How many V's is it on? Yes I do, and yes, it is on V's. I don't vape for trendiness, Nick. I vape because it's the quit smoking aid. I don't care about volts or ohms or any of that. Dusty, how's Smash Babe? It's pretty good so far. I'm liking the terraforming. One downside is it does delete patches of fields. Also, Dusty, if you haven't seen it yet, look in my Discord and announcements to see what Arm Team said to somebody a few days ago that me and Landy got caught wind of last night. Because you know that brown book that I keep, Dusty? The list. They've made the list. Like the stream, you got my back on this? I don't think there's anybody who doesn't have my back on this. Patch out. It's in beta, CD. So if you're on Steam, opt into the beta. If you're on Giants first, absolutely unacceptable, Dusty. I like it. I'm gonna make a video about that. I need to. Just. Oh my god. Yeah, myself and Landy were talking about it in TeamSpeak last night, and let's just say our language was colourful. You want to grasp? Yeah, it'd be nice to be able to paint down crops now as well. Seeing as the terraforming tool does that. Which is great if you're terraforming to put down a placeable, not so great if you're terraforming because you've made a mistake. Hey GD. Black bags got loaded angrily. They're on my list, Dusty. They're on my list. It's a short list. It's the list of modders that don't deserve any respect. Because they don't deserve any respect. If they're gonna treat the community like that, you can go to hell. They think they're getting respect from me. Can't paint grass. Yeah, you gotta plow it up, which is a bit annoying, but I can understand what. Oh, that's just a big divot in the ground, isn't it? I accidentally. What I've done there is I've made a divot. They found an old World War II unexploded bomb right there. How convenient was that? What happened to Toxicom? I have no idea what Toxicom is or was. Jordan. I must have missed that one. Do you reckon anybody else will make a guessing? CD! CD, we've got a job for you! That got dug up, Ginger. That's why there's the big divot there. Toxicom made the buyabouts mods. What did Toxicom do? His mods were quite good. I mean, they were a bit of a one-note mod, but still, they were quite good for what they want. Like, they did exactly what they were supposed to. They looked okay. I'm glad it was removed first. It totally wasn't me derping about with the terrain brush and accidentally making a divot, then trying to smooth it out and failing. It was totally an unexploded World War II bomb that got dug up just before the stream. Patch is going to take an hour to download. There's a lot in the patch. The bug fixes are quite extensive. What do I think about the landscaping? It's actually really good, Eric. Like, I'm happiest about the smoothing brush, because that's what's going to sort out a lot of the terrain derpage. In fact, I did see a spot. Where was it? Over here. That does need a bit of work still. So if I zoom in, you can see just over here there's a... How did it go back to sculpting? No, I want... or painting. I want sculpting. I want... What? No, I want... I want sculpting. Okay. So, right over here, there's a patch that needs a bit of work, but apparently the terrain can't be modified, which is a bit of a shame. Yeah, I'd like to do a bit of smoothing here, but it doesn't seem to... doesn't seem to want to be smoothed all that much. Does seem to be smoothing though, despite it saying it can't. Yeah, it's smoothing. But it's just a case of fixing up the little rough edges there are. Like over here as well. Just a bit of smoothing goes a long way in some cases. Just to get the rough edges out of the map. And you can see it along the back here really. I also like how there's a light attached. That's a nice little touch. You can see it along the back here that the smoothing is just getting rid of the roughness that I created. And here's I actually intentionally did a bit of a derp here. Like, you can see how the smoothing is getting rid of the rough edges on it. This is my favorite brush in GE. Because it makes the terrain come together a lot nicer than it otherwise would. And I want to just raise the terrain up a bit here. Just so I got a bit more to work with the smoothing brush. There we go, look at that. You can get it looking almost the same as it did before, despite the fact that I did intentionally go through and do a derp with it. This bit here is going to get my nerves, though. But that's what the smoothing brush does in essence. Is it just... or the terraforming does. Did I see the new Avengers thingy? No, I didn't actually. Oh, someone releases a blank map on console. I think that's something that can be done now, is you can release just a blank flat map on console. Which is an interesting idea. Smoothing, yes. Smooth. 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 It's the most rewarding brush, because you can kind of see it working. And it just makes everything look that small bit cleaner. Make a big crater. No! In-game map, that's what FS19 is now. That's what Farm Sim is now. It's changed the face of Farm Sim forever. Like, maps are no longer fixed on the day they get put on the mod hub. They can be changed by the player to be whatever the player wants them to be. This can save me a lot of time in the future, because all I have to do is delete things in GE. Just bring it back in game and place stuff down in its place. You can make it... yeah, you totally could, George. We get rid of crashing errors. It should, in theory. Because a lot of the crashing that's been happening has been just physics wigging out and not knowing what to do. Hey, Nathan. A lot of crashes are just physics wigging out horrifically and getting so confused that it crashes the CPU of your console. You can do whatever you want in maps now, Adam. That's the thing. Can you remove placed objects like the tower thing in the little forestry area behind your farm? I don't know. This cultivator working now? It seems to be a lot more stable. It's not as party hard as it was. It's still a little drifty, but it's not as drifty as it was nifty. Farming's gonna be less manual job so soon. Forget that type of tech. Yeah. This cultivator does seem to mostly be working. You wanna build a horse racing track now? You can totally do that, that's the thing. Like, that's what's great now about the way Giants have changed the game, and that it's not that they've changed this game, they've changed the game as a whole. They've changed Farm Sim forever. Still want a shotgun mod. Why? I've hired a worker again by mistake. Yep. I mean, it's not as drifty as it was, but it jumps into place and then just kind of stays at an angle now. For the birds. But the birds are awesome. I mean, yes, they do kind of explode into existence. But it's much better than the way Farm Sim was, where it was just kind of dead flat maps. In some cases. The birds add life. There were times where if you're doing arable-only maps and arable-only saves, you wouldn't see a single bit of life. Yes, they have fixed the big M, so now you can actually refuel it without cheats. Does grass grow after using the rush on train? I don't know, Blash. That I haven't had time to test yet. I would presume no. I would presume that it won't, like, have the grass grow back, unfortunately. When did I wipe out that sign? Let's grab the little armor track. The big M works! No, I don't want that. I want this. We'll put down... yeah, more canola's good. I'll just go over to the shop and grab some Cedarinos. How do I find the new sheds? I quite like them actually, Nathan. Like, I'm gonna give props where it's due. The guys at Vertex Design know how to make good sheds. They're really good at making sheds. But I could do that actually, Adam, couldn't I? A crow banger. Could you not just get a scarecrow like a normal person, Jag? This armor truck's a really good looking tractor. It reminds me of like Zetters and stuff. It's amazing. I love it. I absolutely love this thing. This is my favorite tractor in the game so far. And sure, it's mostly useless, but I love it. Oh, you didn't know it was a problem until I told you not to buy one? Glad I told you then, Faye. Where's the fun in that? Well, I mean, you could dress the scarecrow up like Simulate and scare people off, scare the crows off with Simulate. When does the update release? There's no release date yet, Model Farmer. It's in beta today. It's probably going to be in beta for minimum the weekend. And I would guess, and this is just a guess, maybe the middle to end of next week we'll be seeing full release of 1.2. Sick and tired of this crashing problem, wasn't for that, you've been playing all day, all night, non-stop. They will fix it, you just gotta give them time. How's the weather by me? Horrible, rainy and windy. I'm so glad that I don't work outside. Oh, John Deere 7810 in game. There's a lot of people who want various John Deeres. I would love a 7810 or something like a 6930 would be awesome. You get to make a dream farm. Yeah, there's so many people, like, even, here's the thing, even on like Oxy's maps, there's always been little bits that have annoyed me about where the terrain is. I can now go in and fix that. Or change it to the way that I like it, or the way that I feel it could be. So, you know, it's going to make tweaking maps for personal preferences a whole lot easier now. Because, like, that's always something that... Once you get into mapping at all, like I did back in the 2017, back in FS17, you kind of get into this habit of tweaking things, and it's something that it's very hard to break. The best thing about it, you can make trails, absolutely. I'm looking forward to seeing what Oxy comes up with, because he's just... he is an absolute genius when it comes to working within certain limits. I've heard some of his ideas for 19, and woohoo, they're good ideas. I like those ideas. I'm happy with those ideas. And news on GPS. GPS, as it was in 17, is dead. Most likely. The person who made it upside down is working for Catlin Crops. He's probably not going to be doing anything much with GPS in 19. Wopster, however, who is with Realismus Modding, as it turns out, I did not know this. Wopster, who is with Realismus Modding, who made Seasons, is working on his own GPS, which sounds interesting and realistic. He's working on an AB line based GPS, which you can do like curves and stuff with. How to get the update on Steam. Right click on the game, Thomas, then click on properties, then go to betas, and in the drop down menu there it'll be beta 1.2. ignore the bit where it says you need to enter a code, because you don't, and just hit close. And it'll start downloading automatically. You're right in thinking if you start a map of mods and at a later time add more mods, the game will crash. Let's try that. Let's save this game. Quit. Now I don't have any new mods that I can put in just yet, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to download a mod just to try this, Defi. So let's go for an Agco 2800 kilo weight, because this should be fairly quick to download. It's already downloaded. You gotta restart the game because I'm using the in-game mod hub. Hey Tom. Career, this is my save game in Felsbrunn. Let's add the weight in, start, and will the game crash? Got into XMLs for the placement system last night. Oh dear. So granted this is only a small mod. Yeah, it's just a weight, but no game crash. Everything's perfect, I just have a new weight in the game. No mods will not crash your game if you put them in. Some mods might cause issues, like Seasons, I know did cause issues when you had existing save games and you were using Seasons. And that's just because of the way Seasons works. Or worked. It might work differently in 19. But generally speaking, you can add and remove mods from a save at will, without causing many issues. Just be aware that if you're removing a mod that you have owned, or that you currently own on a save, you will just straight up lose whatever that is. The game won't substitute it for something. So we'll say if you got a modded John Deere 7810. Why does the game restart when you download a mod? Because there's a reason behind this, Adam. The game loads in all mods as it's launching. Thank God for direct contact with Racket. Yeah. I find it funny that like he is such a strange person in the nicest way possible. He's so strange because like sometimes you'll ask him a question and he'll be like really blunt and be like, "Of course that's the answer. Why would it be anything else?" And he, you know, sometimes he forgets that not everybody knows the same stuff as him. So he'll sometimes give you really rude answers. He doesn't mean it to be rude. It's just like, it makes perfect sense to him, so he doesn't understand that it doesn't make sense to other people. And like, I've run into this a few times where I've asked him stuff and he's just like giving me these really obtuse words, or obtusely angry answers, and I'm just like, dude, I didn't know. I genuinely didn't know this. Yeah, language barrier, I think, does play a part at times. But it's just funny, because he's a really smart guy and a really nice guy as well. Really funny guy. Like, once you start chatting to him, he is really funny and really good, really easy to talk to. That said, the same can be said about pretty much anybody at Giants. Did I meet him in Germany? No, he doesn't work in that office! I really hope Giants invite me to like FarmCon or something next year, because I really want to go and to actually shake Rackin's hand and say to his face, thank you for Seasons, because it's one of the best mods I've ever seen. He's the opposite. This is true, Sim! This is very true! He's in, not in Switzerland, but he works from home, I believe, Dusty. In the Netherlands. He telecommutes to work. I believe is what he does. She had a 3-hour car journey, not once as we talk about Farm Sim. Yeah. I can guess that there was one person in the car who was like exploding to talk about Farm Sim, though. So why are we not talking about Farm Sim? There's all Farm Sim people here. Well, the first thing I was talking to Lars about in Germany was like Euro Truck and Flight Sims. Like anything but farm sim, that just seems to be a thing. But, I mean, if you ever get a chance to meet Giants, guys, or somebody from Giants, jump at it, because they're all so bloody nice. They're all wonderful people. Very friendly. And Lars, aka Lizardtan, is terrifyingly huge. He's a very big man. Oh, you're talking... I probably should get Netflix at some point, but I don't see the point in it when all I watch is YouTube. Like, YouTube has enough to keep me interested at all times, so I don't see the point in getting Netflix and playing with the... or, like, watching... like, the same series over and over again, because I get really picky with series. They're friendlier than ARM Team. My tractor needs maintenance, otherwise it'll lose horsepower. I'm intentionally not maintaining it to see what happens. Lars did work in Ireland for a while, so he understands the madness that is Ireland. Like, to many Germans, Ireland is a very confusing country because we just have strange traditions. To many non-Irish, the Irish are weird. What did he do in Ireland? I don't know, actually. Yeah, I don't know what he did in Ireland. He worked here for a couple of years, though. The Irish are unique. We are uniquely insane as a nation. What time is it? 20, is it? It's 25 past 6 already. If you're enjoying the stream, guys, do hit that like button. We got 81 of you in, but only 51 likes. You're slacking, guys. You're leaving too, because now we're down to 79. If you are enjoying as well and you want to see more from me, probably more of me ripping on ARM Team in the future, do hit the subscribe button as well, because I'm not going to let them live this down. Mods cause crashes too. Some mods can. Mods shouldn't. He did work for EA as community manager for a period, and he was telling me when he came to Giants he was very confused because it's so different from EA. Because EA just care about money and profits, and Giants actually give a damn about the community. So he was saying when he came to Giants, he was very confused at most things. But I mean, Giants is a unique company. It knows that without the community, it's nothing. So, you know, Lars is kind of at home now, and in Giants getting to play around a lot and enjoy himself. Yeah, you're the ARM team of the game industry. I would say Bethesda are taking that crown very quickly, Saf, with the Fallout 76 mess, where they promised people canvas bags, sent them nylon bags, made a website to replace the nylon bag, or to send those same people the canvas bags they'd originally bought, and then accidentally leaked their user information. They managed to make one controversy into 4. That's something only Bethesda can manage to do. And I don't know if many people will trust Bethesda moving forwards after this. That's you know, a major breach of trust there. Especially for me. And yeah, never mind the fact that the game released in a broken state. Was it only last week or the week before it was incessantly spawning like butler robots or robot butlers and gardeners for no apparent reason? It's beta open to everyone. Oh, everyone on PC. It's not available on console, James, because there's no real way of doing beta patches on console that easily. So if you're on console, you do have to wait for the full version of the patched release. PC are the beta monkeys in this situation. Mother took the last mince pie. I've only had like 1 or 2 mince pies so far this year. But I did have a lovely like, apple and cinnamon cake, was it last night? This apple and cinnamon cream cake that was delicious. So we're gonna seed some soybeans here, for the hell of it. Bethesda used to be a level dev team, but as time's gone by, all the best devs are left. I mean, Bethesda's always been notorious for having bugs. It's just that those bugs are getting bigger and bigger as time goes on, and they seem to be a bit out of their depth right now. Because they've gone from having lovable bugs like the giants in Skyrim to just having bad ones. You got a box and you managed to get 1. Yeah, that's it, Ginger. It's like the bugs used to be funny, like the Skyrim giants, which were bugged to hell, but that was so funny that it was. They patched it at one point. They patched the giants to fix them at one point, and people complained that the giants weren't as funny anymore. So they patched the bug back in. Oblivion is still the best game ever, IMO. Or LMAO. Stop right there, criminal scum. You have broken the law. Also, Ginger, have you seen the weird face that I keep posting in my Discord? That's actually from Oblivion. I think some... myself and Sim have been trying to figure out, is that a mod? Is there somebody in Oblivion that actually has that face? Well, there were no patches. If there were no patches, then games would forever be broken. I'm good, Brendan. I'm good. I'm frustrated with YouTube as always. And ARM team today is my new favorite thing to complain about. Can you edit the ground now? Yes, you can, but it does cost money seemingly and on a mouse. So you do need to be aware that if you don't have much money, you can't do much terrain editing. But you can tweak the ground and do the terraforming now. As you can see from the divot I've made there. My pick is a result of the base game. That's one of the NPCs though, Ginger. Is that supposed to happen to an NPC? You think you're disappointed by the terraforming, Josh? I'm not meaning to be rude, but how? It's pretty much exactly as it was in the video. It's a bit clunky, which is what I can't... Gotta admit, it is down from the video in my opinion, but it's basically down to what I thought. It's a bit clunky and difficult to use at times. But, I mean, No, that is an NPC. Because it's a screen cap from a video, Ginger. Like, the character runs up to this guy who just says good day. And that's his face. Say hello to Brazil. Hello to Brazil. Video is a time-lapse. Yeah. I mean... they're kind of shoehorning stuff from GE into the game that maybe shouldn't be in the game, so it's going to be a bit clunky. Maybe in the future they'll be able to integrate it a bit better, but it is right now in a very early form and a bit clunky. Hey, Simulator Gaming. Bees! Bees! It's a bit clunky because, you know, it's something that maybe wasn't 100% intended to be in the game, initially. Moving forward into FS21, and maybe even further into FS19, you'll see a bit more integration of this, I think, and it might become a little bit less clunky. Dave's a little hyper today. I mean, there's lots of people here, so of course I'm a little hyper. I'm excited to have so many people in the stream for once. I've been frustrated for the last 2 weeks with just numbers being weird and down, and then today everything's back to what higher than I'd like, in many ways. Which isn't a bad thing. Higher than I was expecting is probably a better word. I wonder what the first DLC will be. I'm going to guess something to do with farming, Adam. It's a wild guess. Domino's came. I hate you, Finton. I've not had Domino's in so long. I've had Domino's in like 10 years. Good guess? Yeah, you see. Use the brain. Good guess as a first DLC for Farming Simulator would be something related to farming. It was a mod, Ginger. I'm pretty sure of it now then. I want a pizza. Yeah, Estancia is a weird one now, because like, traditionally the maps that were bad stay bad. But then again, I guess Westbridge Hills also got kind of a remaster from 15, and it was so much better than the 13 version. So it's not something that's never happened before. But it is interesting that you know, the game, as it moves forward, the maps that were bad, the Giants get to remaster a bit, get better. I think Westbridge Hills and Estancia del Pacho are the two really good examples. Sosnovka was beyond saving, unfortunately. That was just so bland. There was no saving that. You played it on console since release, you're not very familiar with the mods for it. Skyrim has mods available on console. Yeah. I've played with some Skyrim mods, including one that actually makes the NPCs go indoors when there's a bloody dragon instead of running at it. Armored should convert to Sosnovka. They'd somehow make it worse. That's one thing that always annoyed me about Skyrim, is like the NPCs always be like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm just a poor baker. I cannot possibly fight all of these bandits. Please help." And then a dragon arrives and is just like, "Excuse me, I've got some dragon murdering to do." Excuse me? You can't fight those 5 people, but you'll fight that thing? You see the baker run off and get eaten. Rip one of your mods that made everything way... Why would you want that as a mod, Saf? Be aware with patches, by the way, on a related note to what Saf just said, they do occasionally break mods, because something that a mod relies on occasionally is changed. But that's, like, the NPCs in Skyrim always annoyed me, because every single one of them is pathetic until a dragon arrives and they all think they're the Dragonborn, who has just stood there laughing at them. Go cut field 6 of grass and have a good like. Why? That's true, Ginger, yeah. But the point stands is like the NPCs make no sense in Skyrim unless you got the... I can't remember what the name of the mod is, but there's a mod that makes... that like changes their scripting. it changes their AI so that they actually try and look for shelter when a dragon attacks. Do I think Bjornholm could be converted? Yes. Do I think it should? No. Do I think the tracks will stick to their speed and not do 50 miles an hour instead of 30? I mean, if you've got enough weight in the back, you can over-rev a tractor. But you can do that in real life too. You can overspeed tractors in real life. They're not magic infinite engines that will manage to stop everything. Glad my numbers are back up, well deserved. I'm glad too, because I'll be honest, I've been very frustrated lately with YouTube. And YouTube always frustrates me though, so I don't think it's a great surprise that I'm frustrated with YouTube about something or other on any given day. Yeah, the sprayer doing 46 miles an hour uphill when it's meant to be 26 miles an hour max. No, Nathan, the sprayer spraying should be... Is it 7 miles an hour max? 11 kph max? Should be only slightly slower than this. And you're seeding. There's no way it should be doing that kind of speeds uphill. Even downhill. Because I like tractors going... Like, I know I do a lot of stupid stuff in Farm Sim. And I love doing the stupid stuff. But I do like the tractors behaving realistically, so the stupid stuff is even more stupid. Like... Did I watch the Game Awards? No. I can't stand those award ceremonies where it's like, look at us! We're so great, look at us in this industry. Presented by members of this industry, calling the industry perfect. No. Dagwin had the same problem. Oh, that was a... I thought that was a mod that did that. That was an in-game glitch. The OG Fallout devs got... Oh, yes! The guys that made New Vegas. What the hell is their new game? Because they're good guys. They're good devs. What is their new game? Smooth. 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 Whenever I type that in Discord now, you'll know that I'm using that voice in my head. And it just becomes creepier. I love the smoothing brush. It's my favorite thing. It's like Fallout in space, but not broken. Space Fallout. They've fallen out of Earth. Are they calling it Space Out? Because they really need to call it Space Out. They really need to call it Space Out. Please call it Space Out. Because it's not technically Fallout. You're the only person still on 17. I think... Isn't Daggerwin still on 17 for his survival roleplay? Or survival series thing that he's doing? I don't know what the hell he calls it. I don't watch his videos. I watch his streams. I like streams. I don't like videos, they're boring. Streams, there's interaction and I prefer them. Videos, it's just a person sat talking to their computer and it's really boring. Yes, he is. I thought as much, Wolf. Is he still on Latin? I think. But the game is called The Outer World. They missed the joke. Survival, which is changing maps, so you might well be bringing it forward to 19 then. Releasing maps on 19 yet. The base game maps are quite good for it, in my eyes. Elon Musk is negotiating with giants right now. Tesla tractors, the new big thing. We are nearly finished seeding, by the way. He's moving a bit to 19. What do you mean a bit? Save us, oh Elon. I'm looking forward to seeing what Oxy can do with this game. What do I think of the update, the beta? It's good. Seems to fix most of the issues. Although this tractor does seem to not have windows anymore on the interior. Have they changed how windows work? Imagine the charging time. It'll probably be about the same as their semi-truck. What the hell? Have they made this sound worse somehow? Grizzly Mountain by FDR. Brave move out to one of FDR's maps. I respect what FDR does, but he does try his best. So don't take this as me hating on him. He's not the greatest modder. He does do a damn good job at trying his best, though. He is trying to learn all the time. Only for 3 days. Ooh, I've just got an achievement. Achievement unlocked. Delighted plants. That's probably fertilizing 10 hectares. FDR's first day reviews. He makes a lot of logging stuff. He's big into logging, and I think he does logging in real life. But unfortunately, because there's not many logging mods, unfortunately, and this is unfortunate, he has to make them himself. And he's not the most skilled modder, but he does his damnedest, and I applaud him for it. And he, you know, if you ever spoke to him about it, he will say that his mods aren't the greatest, but they're the best he can do. So, you know, I don't mind saying his mods aren't great, but as long as they're the best he can do, that's all I really care about. FDR is at least honest. Saf. Yeah, he worked on that for like 7 hours last night, Jag, and Sim told him that they're gonna fix the windows tomorrow, and you know it. And Landy didn't really listen and insisted on trying to fix them himself. As long as he enjoys using them and people enjoy using them, that's all that matters. As long as he's honest with himself as well. Because like, one thing I see too many modders get into the habit of doing is saying my mods are the greatest in this category or whatever, and they become very arrogant, which isn't a good look to begin with. It puts me right off that modder. It's like, look at how good my mods are, but this person over here can't see that, and the person they're talking about is somebody who maybe knows what they're talking about, and you know, it's not a good look for them. Have you seen you can now change the crop prices in the game? I mean, you always could influence them, Charlie, and you could always change the balance of them if you really wanted to. I just never did. So yeah, you've always been able to do it. Yeah, I kind of feel like the armor track has lost its windows. looking at the deer now, it kind of looks like the armor tracks lost its windows. They need to fix the semi-horn. Sounds like the fart. Yeah, I mean, that's what they sound like. That's what the bass horns in semi-trucks like that sound like, but yeah, it does kind of have a farty tone to it. You want to back it up? Nope. Hey, Miles. Oxy doesn't brag. Oxy will say that a map is good, because it is. But if you come to Oxy and say, hey dude, your map, you know, here's a really simple way of making your maps better, or making it a bit easier for you, or something like that. Especially if you know what you're talking about, so don't just start attacking you with these things, but if you know what you're talking about, he will listen. Like, if you've got some genuine advice that is 100% guaranteed to help him. Hey, Colin. I am headed to the shop for a reason, by the way. I'm not just going on a joyride over to the shop. He is very humble. He's not... He kind of... The reason that he listens if you give him legit advice is because he always feels like he can improve, and that's what a mapper... That's what a modder should be, in my opinion. Is somebody who's like, it's good, but it could be better. Customize, and I want the narrow tires. Really need to get a workshop over the yard. This is a bit inconvenient having to come all the way over to the shop just to change tires. I'll probably have to make a second trip over with the sprayer, so maybe this is a bit silly. Yeah, he'll say, like... If you ever say your map is great, he'll say, it's alright, I mean, it's good. But you kind of know the way that he says it at the back of his mind is like, it's not what I wanted to do. It could have been improved by these 3 things being different, or... like, maybe the testing could have been better or something like that. There's always something in the back of Oxy's mind that he's not happy with about maps. Especially his maps. Did you change? Yes, it's now... I'm probably wrong here. Is it Marwell Manor Farm? Is the name of the map now? Oxy's new one? I can't remember off the top of my head, but it's something Manor Farm. Is the name of the map. Marwell sounds about right, but at the same time it sounds wrong. Marwell Manor. Hey, I was right. That's a first. Right, let's get spraying on the 2 fields that need spraying. Still irritatingly, I haven't had weeds. Which is actually getting annoying now. I want weeds. Will I do FSX streams? Probably not, because I don't get many views, Nathan. If I do them, they'll be on Twitch. It's Bullet Bill on break. I don't know what's going on with Bullet Bill, Adam, I'll be honest. I haven't spoken to him in a while. You watch me. The problem with FSX streams is it is just like looking at the inside of a plane for a couple of hours. Hello, AA. Or AA. How you doing today, dude? Hopefully you didn't give up. Yeah, hopefully. Don't think it'd go well if he did. Considering, Like, not too long ago, the community was rallying around him and literally bought him a new computer. Don't think it'd end well for him if he is quitting. If he has given up entirely. Definitely wouldn't be a good look. But like I said, I've not spoken to him in a little while, so I don't know what the story is with him. Do I get the problem where ridge markers don't work on contracts? Yes, and there's a... well, I haven't got it, but I know why it happens. It's because ridge markers are technically plows. And the contract will only let you do the job that you've been contracted to do. So, if you've got a seeding contract, it won't let you use the ridge marker because it needs to call the plowed texture, and that's not what it's supposed to be calling when you're doing a seeding contract. Right bumper and good point, Ginger. Hopefully it'll be patched. I don't think it will be AA because that's like it leaves itself open for abuse, where you can do more than you're supposed to be able to in contracts. So I don't think that's going to be patched out. I think that's a system working as intended. Yeah, he's not confirmed if he has or hasn't quit, which is what we're kind of saying here. He's definitely taken time away for personal health reasons, which is definitely a good move, considering what do ridge markers do? In real life, they just leave a little dark spot in the ground because they just turn the soil over slightly, or in spots, and you can see it when you're seeding. In Farm Sim, what they do is a bit clunky, but it's the way that it has to work, and I'm fine with it. They kind of plow a line down the ground, which can be very wide at times and look silly. But they do effectively the same thing. They like mark the middle of where you want to be going next pass, so you kind of position your tractor so the center of it's on the ridge line. And some people will just use a wheel as the ridge line as well. Like they'll just intentionally like put one wheel into the ridge line, so that it's a bit easier. Welcome back, Nick. Did they fix the bugs, Peter? Most of them do seem to be fixed, yes. I've not gone out bug testing, I've just been playing, so I can't say 100% for sure that all the bugs have been fixed. I'm not going to cheat in $5 million and buy everything that was bugged and fixed and see if that's been fixed and try and force some of the old bugs to happen again. Just burn through 800k in terraforming new yard. Yeah, that's the problem with terraforming, is it's quite expensive. Definitely good that it costs money. What's new this patch? Bug fixes, for the most part. And as Saf has just hinted, the terraforming tool. So you can now edit maps. Basically, you can edit maps fully. In-game now. You can't take, like, fixed bits out from what I can see, but you can edit them now so that the terrain's different. So we'll say if I wanted to get rid of all those trees and then mush down the terrain in that area, I could. That's tempting now. That is really tempting, actually, to make a mega field. Be great for roleplay YouTubers. Yeah, absolutely fast. It's gonna be great for role-playing. It's gonna make role-playing a lot easier. Fields 18, 19, 20... How big is your yard, Saf? That is an excessively large yard. Excessively large? There's excessive large. Hey, lads. Glad it's not the same as Farm Sim, because your driving is shocking. Mine is terrible in Farm Sim. In real life, like, I don't drive much. I don't have a license. But it's not terrible. That song is, though. Like, in real life, my driving is okay. I'll put it that way. It's competent. Although I do need to try and get myself a driving license at some point soon. Needed to fit the pens in with sheds and silos and all the equipment, so it's huge. Yeah, that's the thing, is like, there will come a time where I'm going to have to start cannibalizing these fields so that I can fit animals on. Tractors are easier than cars to drive. I've never driven a tractor, so I can't say if that's right or not. Start using your left foot for braking in the van. That's a really racy habit to get into. Because, like, I'm just out of habit. It's really good in go-karts. Left foot braking is great if you're driving go-karts, because you have to left foot brake because that's where the brake is, and like the steering shaft is in the middle, so you got one leg on the accelerator, one leg on the brake, and you just kind of alternate. So you shouldn't ever press both, but you usually end up doing it. See, Adam. Is Landy live yet, by the way? Also, Yanis, could you grab the link to today's video, the Insanity video, which I know could do with improvements, and they will be taken on board for episode 7, which I have not recorded yet. But I did read the comments that I saw earlier on, at least. I don't think there's been anything since, and I'll take those on board. Haven't had a landing notification? Fair enough. You should, in theory, be live. Where do you get beta 1.2? It's on the website, on a hidden area. Or if you're on Steam, just go to the betas. In the properties. How to customize tractor speeds. You gotta edit them, Wolf. Waiting for snow again so you can drift IPVs again. The hell is an IPV? So let's get time sped up a bit. 120 times, and we'll let the game figure out what the hell it wants to do here. Some pics in Discord of the yardage. Ooh, I'll have a look after the stream then. So that's 100%. That's 100%. No weeds yet. At all. I do like watching the clouds go by though. This is one of the highlights of the game for me, is watching the clouds, because it makes the game believable. It makes you feel like time is actually passing. Great for time lapses as well. Can I link it? No, because I don't have a link handy. If Yanis does, or one of the other mods does, then they can. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to keep time at times 15. Because I want to just spray the remaining 2 fields just to get them done. And I don't know if soybeans means I'll require lime on the fields that have it. So that's going to be an interesting little test. Yeah, ask in the Discord, Deutz, if you're in there. If you're not, join the Discord and then ask. There you go, Dusty Dave's put it in for you. So you got a disc version, I think, or a Giant Strike download version. That's the link you're going to want for the patch. What Dusty Dave just put in. And I have no idea how to install it, so don't even start trying to ask me. I just got it off Steam's, because Steam is easier. I think it might be an EXE. So you just run the EXE and it'll be blippity bloppity bloop done. These fields are actually really easy to fertilize as well. All directions are on the page for reverting as well. Very good. Why haven't you seen rain? Rain in the base game is actually quite rare. And they seem to have made it rarer in FS19, which is possibly a good thing. Because rain, like, disrupts a lot of stuff. You can't harvest when it's raining. And technically you're not supposed to really do much work at all. But it you know, it's really disruptive if you're, like, if you've got withering on especially, it can cause problems, because rain in FS19 it seems to be rarer than it was before, but it's also a lot more potentially destructive because it lasts for a lot longer than it used to. Tag me in a pic on Discord. You don't need to tag me on Discord. I check all the rooms every time I, like, check in after a while. Like, I do actively scroll up in the morning and just read what was put in before I wake up. But I have plant growth set to fast. Just for ease. Once I get a few more fields, then it'll be set back down to normal. And I'm going to try and have tranches of fields coming online at any given time. So I only need to blip time forward a small bit. Rain is more common on slow. That crow just stopped. The birds are a bit weird. Hey, that one actually landed normally. Have they fixed the face planting birds? I mean, they still explode into existence because they gotta spawn somehow. But have they fixed the face planting into the ground? How old am I? 27. 28 in August. Am I 27? Yes, I am 27. Lanny's live. Thank you very much, Paul. On that note, you guys have a choice. You can either go check Landy out or check out my video from earlier today, Insanity Challenge episode 6. How old am I? 27. Already answered. Too old for farm sim, according to some people. You can check out my video from earlier on today, Insanity Challenge episode 6, or you can go watch Landy Kid right now. I'll leave you by saying I've been RainbowDave. You've been watching a Farming Simulator 19 on Felsbrunn. Hope you enjoyed the stream. If you did, hit the like button. If you're enjoying patch 1.2, hit the like button. If you dislike Arm Team after what you've learned today, potentially from me, hit the like button. And make sure to ask Landy about it so that he gets to rant as well. But until next time, stay safe. And goodbye.